Panthers threatening.
And Gurton with the lead.
It's Titans point.
No, hey, what a great crossing pattern. I tell you, finding himself all alone up the seam was Ryan Conley.
Shot and a goal. And the Titans are on the board.
Reckler. Oh, I tell you, she's a beast.
Up and running, and
Bang.
look at that.
Bang.
He's in there.
Shot score. You can see it all setting up.
You sure could.
North sets it up. And a kill, a winner.
And here comes the Donna, all lined up. It's nothing but goal there, right there.
Oh, my goodness.
You'll watch it back on Nashua ETV.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Stellos Stadium in Nashua for a Battle of the Bridge doubleheader. It's boys and girls, Nashua North and Nashua South in Lacrosse. Battle of the Bridge 2025. I'm John Collins along with Tom King. Tom, another mixed weather day here in this bizarre spring that we're having.
Yeah, it's just another typical spring, right?
Yeah.
A few things we can count on, and one of them is the Battle of the Bridge. And here we are. This also has more significant inference with the Munson Cup as well, named after Bill Munson, the late Nashua South coach. So this is the big game for both teams this year. They will play each other again in a couple of weeks, but this one is the one everybody points to. So we'll see. And right now, Nashua North, I believe, is still looking for their first win. And
boys and girls, right?
Yep, yes, exactly.
So we'll get that question answered today with either one of them break through into the win column in either the boys or the girls game.
And Nashua South has been a little underwhelming this year. I think they're 3-6. The last time I saw them was last Friday against Merrimack. They struggled a little bit, but I mean, these are two programs that are kind of, linked together. I mean, they work together. They try to coach, do coaching things together. They try to promote the sport together because in lacrosse in Nashua, it's all about promoting the sport to get kids to play it. So, and that's the real thing. And the irony today is the coach at Nashua South is Will Delanoy, and if that name sounds familiar, it's the younger brother of Jay Delanoy, the head coach at Riviera University, which at this moment is also playing in their first ever NCAA game, and they're hosting it.
It is Lacrosse Day in Nashua.
It's
it's only one
yeah.
exit down,
Right.
NCAA May Madness game in boys men's lacrosse. We got boys lacrosse here. It's just a remarkable day for lacrosse in the city of Nashua. 12 minutes are up on the clock, and we are underway here at Stellos.
And the one thing about it is the thing I like, there's a shot already.
Immediate save by Jake on a one-hopper.
Right, Jake Lynn. But, I mean, the thing is the one thing I always notice, these games, you're usually close, and they come down to maybe a 5-minute sequence for one team or the other between these two teams. While they're both struggling, they're both fairly evenly matched. One of the kids you got to watch for is I would say if there was wagering at all, you would put it on Dylan Noble to score for Nashua North because he has been a consistent scorer for them all season long.
Dylan Noble wears number 14. It's the white numerals on the Carolina blue uniforms, and of course South in their home whites. And the first shot of the game by South goes wide of the goal. That's an interesting factoid in lacrosse, is that they count the number of shots, and shots on goal is seprate from that, right?
That's something they do it in hockey sometimes too.
Oh, really?
Yep. Depends on if you want to, how many shots a player takes compared to how many shots on goal. So
I'm just going back in my memory bank of how many hockey players that never came close to the net would have benefited from that in contract talks. Oh, I took 50 shots every game. Bobby Schmantz, top of the glass.
Oh, they keep it. Oh, I'm sure they know it. Believe me, they know it.
Yeah, they know it. So it's an inbound play for South from the far corner. We have Tim O'Neill back on camera. Pete Johnson, our executive producer, is alongside for this afternoon game here, to be followed by an evening game. The girls Nashua North and South to
yes,
do battle.
I would say that we'll be here to combine 2 games just as long as we were for the Riv game the other day with the GNAC Championship. There's a good pickup by the Nashua North goaltender.
And then tomorrow we have another doubleheader. It's Bishop Girton hosting some out-of-town teams, including the boys against BC High will be in here at Stellos. So a couple of doubleheaders back-to-back. It is Lacrosse week in Nashua. Kicked off by that great GNAC championships that we got to do on Saturday.
Yeah, exactly. We'll be back to baseball and softball next week. Softball Battle of the Bridge on Monday night from Riviera University.
Excellent.
7 o'clock. We'll be back there, John Collins. And then Friday night at Holman Stadium on the 16th of May, it'll be north-south, and that'll be before the game. There'll be a little recognition of the inductees into the National Hall of Fame, which will take place on the 18th.
All right, a lot of exciting developments. That softball, that Joan Merrill softball stadium is probably the best vantage point that we have in all of the sports that we do.
Yes, it is.
It's right on top of the action there behind home plate. Not that Holman Stadium's any worse, but
I was at Holman today, as a matter of fact.
As the Silver Knights are not too far away from their season coming up on Nashua ETV. We need shots on goal in this game.
3 weeks from today.
Andrew Cullinane retrieves it with a South defender on his back, looking for an open teammate. That's an ambitious pass that's intercepted by the long stick defender. Looked like Tyler Benzekri got his stick in the way and stole that one.
Little fundamental mistake with the turnover. Bad pass down low. Move was probably to make it. They would try to go around and behind, which you see so often in the sport of lacrosse. Let's see the transition game for South. It looks pretty good. It looked very good.
Nice advance by South. Goal!
There it is.
That was a 3-player touch, 22-7-4. So you had Jacob Hovey starting it. The defender got it to midfield. He passed it to Cody Jackson, and Jackson found Ethan Robinson for the game's first goal. And Robinson actually you have 2. Ethan Robinson is one of 2 players listed with number 4 on our roster, but he's the upperclassman. So I think it might be him, Tom, who got the goal.
Yes.
And really no chance for the North netminder. That was right in his face, kind of a slam dunk over his left shoulder to his right as we looked at him. And Ethan Robinson makes no mistake. 1-0. South is on top. As Tom said, they were favored coming into this thing. Of course, North is winless. At the top of the standings is Pinkerton with a record of 7-2, I think, last check. Bishop Girton breathing down their neck, too. Of course, both of those teams, Tom, they do themselves no favors by inviting the contest against the out-of-state powers that they go up against.
Yes, exactly. Well, it does do them a favor.
Actually,
it makes them better,
makes them better.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think
the Hinghams of the world and BC High and St. John's Prep.
I said we'll see BC High tomorrow. As a matter of fact, I saw Bishop Girton against Bedford. They are the superior team right now. They're the best team in the state. But it only takes one team to knock them off, right? It only takes one team to have a superior game.
That's right.
It's high school sports. Anything can happen.
Going to work now for South. Trying to double up their score.
Got to try to get a pass off in traffic. It's good double teaming on defense by Nashua North, and it's going to force a turnover.
Yeah, Owen Roy's pass to Broden Landsteiner went awry as they had a lot of defensive pressure coming at them, and out of bounds. Turnover to North as they go back to their goaltender. He has to do kind of a scramble drill to get out of the way. Andrew Cullinane, number 24, we have in net. That's a loose ball.
A lot of first-year players on this Nashua North team, even if they're upperclassmen, first-year lacrosse players. So the problem is...
There you can see a first-year
mistake.
Turnover. The shot just missed. Oh. What a golden opportunity North had there for a goal.
Really needed that shot, and it just went wide. But you see the mistakes, and that's what first-year players do. So Matt Muser, the head coach at North, has got to spend a lot of time not only setting up the plays and everything else, but he's got to teach the game a little bit, right?
Yeah, that's it.
And I watched him in practice go through some drills and teach them the game in the preseason.
Nice feed. And
that's a good transition play right there. Nice feed, nice catch.
Midfield by Caleb Smith received it from the goaltender, Cullinane, and he is working on the far right wing now as he takes it back towards the middle.
That's practice, John. If you're able to make those transition plays, that's practice. You practice those things every day.
Oh, this is Cullinane here. Thought I saw a pair of 24s out there, the defenseman and the goaltender. But maybe it's 23 in that, Tom. Anyway, it is in the offensive zone for North now as they look for the equalizer. That is Cullinane with the ball. He throws it to the far side, and around the edges it goes. 2-2. That's the standings in the Battle of the Bridge right now. Each school has 2 wins apiece. There's a shot from distance over the goal. Looked like it went right over the crossbar.
Over the goal, and I thought Nashua North might have possession, but they did not. They ruled it South was ahead of them going out of bounds. It looked like North had the edge. Well, North did.
They got outpositioned
yeah, they
there,
did.
Tom.
Yep, they did. Yep.
If
Ooh,
you have
a hit.
Yeah, and of course they allow it in boys, whereas that girls would be whistled. I think that went off the post.
That went off the goaltender, John. The goaltender made a save there, I think.
Good job. It was a whistler from Ethan Robinson, who was going for his second goal of the game. He's able to shoot with some high velocity here on the near wing, Tom. He's a guy you got to cover if you're North, or he's going to rack up the goals, it looks like. So South possession on the far side as they trot in behind the goaltender. It's number 22 in net for North, Joshua Parsons, who's listed as class of 2027, which would make him a sophomore. That's knocked down. The centering pass doesn't get out.
Turnover, and North's got it.
North's done a decent job of getting the ball out of their own end.
Now they'll compete. They're competitive.
Long passes.
You know, there's a lot of haves and have-nots in lacrosse, but they'll play the have-nots and some of the haves fairly tough.
Cullinane doing some great broken field running, gets a lot of yardage for his squad into the O-zone, and now North will try to set up another goal-scoring opportunity. We have played over 7 minutes of the first quarter of 4 here at Stellos. We had sun for a good portion of today, then some ominous clouds that have now started to dissipate, and the sun looks like it's working its way back out. There's a shot that goes just wide. Might have got a piece of it. Jacob Lynn made himself a big target in tight, as North had a great chance again to score there and came up empty.
I think the sun's going to have a little bit of work to do if it wants to come out, John. Brighter in the distance, but not really above us. It's not, but the ominous clouds aren't around, and the umbrellas are down.
Yep. It was just spitting rain a little bit before the game. And now South working into the low slot. No, that's an errant pass. They recover it, though, before it goes out of bounds. Into the corner goes Ethan Robinson. He passes it off to Luke Lowell.
Score from over at Riviera. They're already up 2-0.
On Maine Maritime,
yes,
in the opening round of the Division III NCAA tournament. There's a slip and a shot and a save.
Wow, nice save. He's got 3 already.
Wow, that was kind of, as sticks go, it was like mouth to mouth, one stick into the other, and it was a great stop by Joshua Parsons. What looked like a sure goal for South to go up 2-0. Instead, North can still get the equalizer here if they get on the scoreboard. Cullinane trotting toward the middle and poking at him is Cody Jackson, not 17, Chase Ryu. Chase is chasing Cullinane as he bangs into Cody Jackson and passes it behind the net. There's a pass, or a fake pass toward the middle. Jostling, trying to find a little bit of an opening and just missing the upper corner. Decent try there.
Most of the shots we've seen in this game have been up close. Only one's been at a distance from either team, and that is a goal. And that was by Robinson.
It was Nick Wilkinson at the near post that he saw like a shoebox opening in the top corner near side and missed
a long pass just doesn't quite do it. Now there's a free-for-all.
Pops in the air. And North's defender had it twice and lost it twice out of bounds.
Ground balls are always the key to lacrosse in
terms
in terms of picking up.
South possession.
2 keys, the ground balls and the face-offs.
Grayson Flaherty with it. Passes it on the wing to Ethan Robinson, who's got a lot of quality touches so far in this game and the game's only goal. Centering pass, high slot to midfield. It's kept on the offensive side of the field by one of the long stick defenders, Tyler Benzekri, and back on the attack go the Panthers, who have controlled the time of possession for the most part here. They have an edge, it would seem, in that category. Well, both teams have had their share of chances. South the only one that managed to finish. Around the edge, they pass it. Both teams have had games in which, depending on the opponent, they've racked up some high goal totals. We have a whistle down in the field and a violation against the Panthers. Looked like away from the ball, Tom.
Yeah, it did. It had to be away from the ball. It had to be a push or some kind of obstruction. 1:30 to play in the quarter.
So a break for North. They get the ball back with time left in the quarter to do something with it. Andrew Cullinane trotting to the very center of the field, 40 yards away from the goaltender. Now they go far wing, behind the net. Looking for that open teammate, trying to create some offense. Juggling reception, but received by Nick Botari. Feeds it back to Patrick Shaw. Shaw lost it for a second, trying to wiggle away from Cody Jackson, but he won't let him go. Number 7 versus number 7. Drops it off to Andrew Cullinane, and he is shadowed as well. Looks like man-on-man coverage, and it's sticky, Tom. Nobody's getting really all that free. There's a shot from way out. Ambitious by Cullinane. He never made it through the traffic. A bounce pass.
Whistle before the shot right there.
See what the ruling is. Defender hit the deck. I don't know if there was something illegal happened, or is he going to get... Oh, he's coming off the field maybe with a little bit of a...
A little dinged up.
Yes, dinged up stick in the side, perhaps.
Yeah,
that is Jacob Hovey.
Yep, going to get treatment right now.
He's going right to the locker room, as a matter of fact.
On a run.
Hope he's all right, yeah. So that is just basically a injury timeout, and they'll resume with North still in possession, just about where they had it, at the whistle, behind the net.
Well, let's see what the Titans can do offensively as they try to engineer a goal before the end of the quarter. 25 seconds to play.
Yeah, time a factor here now as it's getting late in the first, and they need to get a shot away. 15 seconds. Cullinane puts it on the turf, and it's scooped up immediately by Cody Jackson.
See if South can get up the field very quickly and score with 10 seconds
8
to play.
seconds. It's become a track meet now. They're going to try one pass, and that
dropped it.
Was one too many, perhaps. 1 second, that's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
That'll do it.
It was really great chance to just shoot it on the run there.
But you see that, and you see the level, right? You see the level of the game, the lacrosse IQ. It's not there for these teams.
Well, compared to
what we've seen before and what we're going to see tomorrow. Exactly.
Yeah. So that's Tom King. I'm John Collins. We're moving along to the second quarter here at Stellos. Battle of the Bridge, boys lacrosse. Stay with us on Nashua ETV. Three nothing. Yeah. So Bowdoin got a bye, I saw in the bracket. Yeah. 13-3. It's not a heck of a lot of games, but.
Well, Riv only played 17, so it's
yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah.
Starting the end of February.
And where's that game going to be, Tom, you think? Oh.
We've done our last week. Then they'll go even further out.
The championship games at Gillette. Yeah, for Division III. Yeah. It's like in June 10th or something like that. That's a long road, though. I mean, I saw some of the programs that are in the way. It's like 22-0 and stuff like that. I don't know who this team Salisbury is, but they haven't lost. I don't know, Salisbury, Maryland? I don't know where they're from, but Connecticut, is it? Okay, yeah. Yes. Welcome back to Stellos Stadium, where we move along to the second quarter. Goals hard to come by in this one, to say the least. Just one in the opening 12 minutes by Ethan Robinson on a nice counter-attack by South as they stopped North on offense. And from his own zone, sprinting about 50 yards to get it to midfield, was Jacob Hovey. He handed it off to Cody Jackson, and then about 20 yards later, he tossed it to Ethan Robinson in the low right wing, and he angled in from the right, went right over the top of the netminder of Nashua North for the game's only goal from about 10 feet away, launched it with velocity. There's been some chances for North, namely a defensive player that bobbled it right in front of the South netminder, and the basically a one-on-one situation. The player fired it wide. There's a shot that's saved. Best save of the game so far, made by Joshua Parsons. It was a low shot, got in the way of it, the low center slot, and stopped it, keeping it a 1-0 game. South steals it back in midfield. The long stick defender with a shot, and another great save by Parsons. Loose ball, trying to pick it up and run with it. Unable. He gets leveled, actually. Did number 4, Benjamin Wood. Laying the wood on him was Cody Jackson as he nailed him. He had the angle on him, to be fair. But that allowed South to retain possession as they won that loose ball, and they stay on the attack here, looking for that second goal as we're a minute and a half into the second quarter of 4 in the 2025 Battle of the Bridge Boys Lacrosse at Stellos. Trotting around, looking for an opening, Broden Landsteiner. He faked the pass, now he's going to run closer to the goal, goes behind the net. Knowing what to do with it, Owen Roy with the spin move, trying to get a shot away, eludes 2 defenders. Now he gets double-checked and does get it away, and another terrific save by Joshua Parsons. Made 3 great saves in that South possession as North tries to desperately get it out of their own zone. It gets knocked out of the, or gets away from the intended recipient at midfield, and it goes out of bounds. So it is South ball again. South enjoying a dominant time of possession. A catch and a shot, and again, what a team effort by South as they kind of caught the North defense sleeping there. Great feed from Broden Landsteiner to Cody Jackson, who scores the second goal of the game for South. They're up 2-0. After all that work and all those saves by Parsons in the previous possession, it almost looked like North was mentally tired of trying to stop all the chances, and they were jogging back like almost as if the play hadn't resumed yet. And meanwhile, South was just crisply passing it up the field, and converting was Jackson with a blistering shot low to the left, the far side of the net. 2-0 South. Draw at midfield. And it's loose, and North's going to scoop it up. Collecting it. That's Benjamin Wood. Wood runs into a double team and has it knocked out of his possession. South's going to scoop it up. Chase Stewart drops it to Ethan Robinson. He's in a sumo wrestling match with number 16, Thomas Dratch. South wins it. The shot goes wide to the far side. Still Panthers' ball as they're closest to where the shot went out of bounds. That was Grayson Flaherty over there in the corner. So he'll get to possess this when play resumes. Substitutions being made by the Titans now. A lot of North players shuffling off the field and replacements shuttling onto the field on defense for North. Still a close game here. North will play next. Tough schedule for North coming up, to say the least. Their next 3 games, Bishop Girton, Bedford, and Hollis Brookline. Doesn't get any easier after this Battle of the Bridge game here at Stellos on a May 7, 2025 midweek game. 2-2 is the Battle of the Bridge as we stand going into this lacrosse doubleheader today, the girls' game to follow. North has put up some significant goal totals depending on the opponent, as has South this season. South has scored as many as 8 goals twice, 7 goals twice. There's a shot and a goal on cue. A blistering shot from number 14, Grayson Flaherty. Beats Parsons to the far side. Again, really just left by himself to take that shot from what in ice hockey would be the left face-off circle, and he just a blistering shot about waist high inside the far post. Very accurately done by Grayson Flaherty. Timeout Titans as they trail suddenly 3-0. 2 fairly quick goals here in the second quarter. We'll take a break. You're watching Boys Lacrosse Battle of the Bridge action at Stellos.
Loud crowd? They are. Does it say blast on their? I think Delanoy coaches them. Yeah.
Welcome back to the new and improved Stellos Stadium. Brand new turf, you may notice, in the absence of the hedges that usually rim the field. Charging downfield, all anticipating a shot on goal before his stick was knocked out of his hand, was Cole Warshawski. After winning the draw, South had aims at shooting that, and they never got the shot away thanks to a hard stick from behind, knocking the ball loose. So there's some ferocious defense that was missing in the last couple of goals, and no doubt has something to do with what Matt Muser, the North coach, said in that huddle during that timeout after they went down at 3-0. Maybe ticked off a bit about the easy goals that South got here in the second quarter. There's a shot from distance, and the best tester shot save of the game so far for Jacob Lynn. He had to go into a squat, go down low, and meet that shot where it was aimed to keep it out of the net. South back on the counterattack again. There's a one hopper that goes wide to the left by Broden Landsteiner. Did not get it on frame, and North had a player back there to be closest to the errant shot as it went out of bounds. They regained possession, and their goaltender ambitiously out of the net, maybe dangerously out of the net, was Joshua Parsons, and they lose it, and it's an easy put in. A mishandle by the goaltender and his defenseman leads to a gift goal by Broden Landsteiner, charging in, scooping it up, and there was nobody home. Easy put in. It was like an empty net goal in hockey. When they pulled the goalie, only this time the goalie pulled himself out of the play and paid the price. 4-0. South is in the lead. South has been on the wrong end of some big scores this season, as has North. Most recently losing to Merrimack 8-0, and before that Pinkerton 17-1. So it is all about the competition that you're up against a lot of times. In the Battle of the Bridge standings, we have an update: South 3 and North 2. games going on all over the place, including the JV levels that count toward the eventual total at the end of it all. Behind the net for North goes Dylan Noble. Centering pass out front is bounced to the right off the top of the crossbar. That was a great opportunity there for North. They almost capitalized. The more touches that Dylan Noble gets, number 14, obviously the better for the Titans. And that was one case there where he nearly set up a goal. Would have been the first of the game for North. North has scored 10 goals in a game. That was against Keene here at Stellos. They've also put up 8 against Salem and 6 against Merrimack, but all in losing causes. Keene scored 11 in that game in which North scored 10. That was a very close contest. Of course, 1 goal determined it and 21 in the game. North's got to pick up their scoring pace if they want to keep up with South. Good defense that time. Puts the ball on the ground, and South determined to get it back. Some savage stick work there. Survived still by Cullinane. He finally loses it and pays back Grayson Flaherty for knocking him down. Some fierce jostling ends up with a South possession near side. Inbounding it was Broden Landsteiner. Now with it, making a foray forward is Kudia. Shoots it. Save by Parsons. Joseph Kudla, freshman, with his first touch and shot of the game. Now tester on Parsons. He had to go down and get it. It was on frame. Keeps it a 4-0 game. North looking for that elusive first tally. That's a good long stick pass behind the goal. Number 25 is Nick Wilkinson. Wilkinson double teamed. He can't get a shot away. They weren't going to make it an easy wraparound try for him. Wilkinson behind the net now. Aiden Lewis, number 11. Long run. Hands it off. Number 9 for North is Jared Gauthier. Gauthier faces a double team in the middle. Shot. That looked like a sure goal, but Jacob Parsons with another great save. The goalies have made some really fine stops in this one. That one goes up and over. A determined North offense gets their goal as Wilkinson, almost stumbling away from the net, found an opening up top over the shoulder of Parsons, and now he is kind of clutching his side as he comes off the field, a bit gassed from that effort that put North on the scoreboard. Hopefully it's just that he lost his wind there. Nick Wilkinson with the first goal of the game for North, following a terrific save by Jacob Lynn. He just took a couple of goals away from North before they finally found the solution. And it was a very accurate shot. There wasn't a lot of room up in top of the goal from where Wilkinson let it go. In front and a goal. That went from Broden Landsteiner to Raiden Nui Chow, number 9. Raiden Nui Chow scores the 5th goal of the game for South. They're up 5-1. A quick answer to the North tally. It took less than 30 seconds, maybe about 10 seconds it felt like, since North scored and South answered. The draw at midfield. We have 4 minutes and 8 seconds remaining in the first half in Battle of the Bridge Boys Lacrosse, to be followed by the girls game. Scooping up the loose ball, Cody Jackson, pursued by a double team, spins away from it and back toward the middle of the field, still with possession. And we have an infraction or a timeout called by South, looks like. They wanted to give maybe the kids a breather and talk strategy for the final few minutes of this first half. We'll take a break here, boys. Lacrosse battle the bridge at Stellos. Wow. They're not the caliber of opponent that LaSalle was.
Oh, jeez. Oh.
Yeah. It was 9-0 like 30 seconds ago.
I got Nick Wilkinson.
Wilkerson or Wilkinson?
It says Wilkinson in the roster. Wilkinson. Yeah.
No idea.
He's holding the side like he's.
Wilkinson.
I think he had a wind. Like how you get the side from running a lot.
We just need to forget about everything.
You see that turnover over there with all
Salted. How about the goalie coming out of the net? That was a gift.
Yeah, he came out well. He came out because he thought the kid was doing a transition play. So the goalie came out to help him out, and the kid lost the ball right away, and everybody was out of position.
Welcome back to Lacrosse Week in Nashua as the Battle of the Bridge doubleheader is underway here at Stellos. Boys to be followed by the girls game. South is up 5-1, and at Riviere, one exit away from here, they are taking care of business in the opening round of the Division III NCAA tournament with a 9-1 lead
Yeah, it looks like
over Maine Maritime.
Looks like it wasn't even business. It was just like a practice practice excursion. Jeez,
Yeah,
my God.
Not quite the level of competition that LaSalle presented apparently in the GNAC championship.
Evidently not. I thought that's a high level where Maine Maritime was, but evidently not. They've been in the NCAA tournament a couple times, but the games with Riv have been fairly close when they played them, but they're way up. Just get the bags packed and load the bus, and you're heading way up there to Bowdoin.
Bowdoin
Far up,
College.
isn't it?
Yeah, it's
far.
pretty far up. Yeah,
That's what I thought. Where's Maine Maritime?
it's not as far as Colby though. I think you got to. I forget what town I played against Bowdoin, of course, and
You played against a lot of the main teams,
yeah,
right?
and
'Cause you went to
Colby,
school up
of course,
there.
is right there in the Colby Bates Bowdoin
Right.
rivalry. Never forget it turned into double play in a snowstorm
Oh,
with
look at
Bowdoin.
this.
There's a shot in the goal right over the top.
I mean, South can do just about anything they want offensively right now.
Yeah,
It's
that's
amazing.
the problem. That was number 6, I believe. Let's see.
He's coming right over.
Yeah, Luke Lowell,
Yep.
who scores. Luke Lowell, not the tallest guy, but he went right over the top of the goaltender with that one, as a lot of players have done today. North's only goal over the top by Nick Wilkinson. So I have with tallies, Tom, Raiden Nui Chow just scored before Luke Lowell. Cody Jackson, Broden Landsteiner,
Robinson's got 2, I believe.
Robinson, and with 2, so that's 6, right?
Yeah.
6-1. And I was thinking we'd escape the doubleheader with no sun glare, but here it comes.
Yeah, it's coming right away.
A little bit.
Yep.
Around the perimeter, and guess what? South has the ball again. That's not good for North and their comeback hopes, even though it is the first half. They got to solve that going into the next couple of quarters. There's a shot from distance. It's wide right by Broden Landsteiner. Literal long shot there, but South does have a player positioned, and they retain
Parsons
possession.
has been under siege. He's done
Oh,
a good
yeah.
job to keep this score down.
Yeah, he's had about 5 really quality saves.
Yep.
And yet down 6-1. Then we have violation against South. North will get the ball, and a penalty flag is down. Delayed call against the Panthers. The officials, 2 in a row. One was an infraction. Now it's a penalty. It's still down on the field. The flag is down. So the next South possession, there's going to be a whistle, and somebody's going to serve some time. In the corner, North with a chance here. Hopefully they'll find a way to get a shot away. If you're North, they hope to before the South possession. There's the shot, and a rather easy save.
Yep, easy save. But down, it's a tricky shot, though. It's down low, right? It's descending, so you got to make sure it doesn't bounce.
Yeah, the shot taken by Andrew Cullinane. And
got
let's
a whistle
see.
on the play. Looks like North may keep it. I don't know why they would stop.
Had a delay a game call against number 12 for South. So apparently after the ball was awarded to North, they found that Joseph Kudla did something with the ball to delay it.
Well, wait. The shot was taken and there was a save. Where was the delay game? I mean, that's...
No, it goes way back to here. It was a delayed call back when it was on the other
zone. Did you hear a whistle before the shot?
No, he dropped the flag. It was a delayed penalty.
Oh, he dropped the flag. Okay.
Yeah, he dropped the flag.
Penalty.
Delayed penalty.
All right, delay a game as a call against the Panthers.
Yeah, so it's number 3.
I
was
forgot about that. I
Landsteiner.
forgot about that flag completely because it was so long.
It was a long time.
Yeah,
and South was in no rush to touch the ball.
No, not at all.
So, yeah.
As soon as Lynn made the save.
Exactly. And apparently when the official said that, hey, it's North's possession, Broden Landsteiner did something with the ball.
Nice grab right there and a pass.
That shot misses.
That's one of the better offensive plays we've seen. It resulted with no goal, but a loose ball. You grab it, you fling it to the most open player, and he takes the shot. That's quick and easy lacrosse. The problem is it just wasn't accurate. 43 seconds left to play in the first half.
Yeah, the North player that took the shot, he's very disappointed with himself. I believe that's number 11, Aiden Lewis. No, it's number 1. Nico Batari had the chance there. He was very frustrated with himself that it was off target because there was nobody around him.
Well, the one thing they've done is they've kept Noble off the board.
They have. He had a pass out front that led to a shot off the crossbar, but that's the closest he's come to figuring in the score sheet.
And as the song says, here comes the sun.
Yeah. Dancing downfield, number 22 is Jacob Hovey. Goal.
Yeah, they've been
ends up in the back of the net.
They've been able to do that all day. Their passing and transition game has been great. Who was that on the goal there? Number 6 again?
Was it 16, Tim? Did you see?
16. I saw a 6. All right.
Right. So another situation where the goaltender, Parsons, just basically left by himself with a shooter in his face.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean,
uncontested
to be
shot.
able to get those passes off. Because it's the passing game that's doing it, right? It's transition, and it's moving without the ball. I mean, because it's give and go.
See if North can win a draw here, or will South go right back on the attack? They don't have anybody with it yet. Still loose.
Still
People
loose.
getting jostled as soon as they get possession. It is flying up in the air. 10 seconds left in the half. I don't know if he's going to get possession before the
that's a draw.
quarter.
That's a draw that went all the way back to the 25-yard line.
And that's 1 second. You got to shoot it. Saves it.
Yep, save. He's got 9. I've got him for 9 saves in this half.
7-1 is your score at the end of one half of play here in the first half of our lacrosse doubleheader, Battle of the Bridge on a Wednesday, May 7, 2025. John Collins, Tom King will be back with you for the conclusion. Third quarter coming up on Nashua ETV. Welcome back to Stellos Stadium in Nashua as we get set for the second half of boys lacrosse Battle of the Bridge. South versus North. South with a major advantage as we advance to the third quarter. They are up 7-1. I thought you promised me a close game, Tom King.
Yeah, I thought it would be a close game too.
You thought it would be a close game,
I
yeah?
definitely thought it would be a close game. No doubt about it. Jeez.
Yeah, South
Shocked
has
at
asserted their
this.
dominance despite some good goaltending by the Joshua Parsons, the netminder for North. He's been left to his own devices one or way too many times.
Right.
And the goals started to pile up in the second quarter for South. There's a shot from distance, a good save by Parsons.
He's got 10 in this game already, and we've got a whole half to play.
Maybe the North player stepped out of bounds, didn't realize it, and that's what happened. That's a turnover because of losing track of where the stripe is.
Yeah, not very many good turnovers here. I mean, there's no such thing as a good turnover.
Right.
It's been a little tough.
The mental mistakes piling up. That was your long stick defender looking downfield for somebody to pass to and just stepping over the end line. The lines are tough to see in this new turf, even in the end zone area. You got, I think it's a blue stripe that's going through the very middle of Nashua. That's the end line here in Lacrosse. Or maybe the yellow line. I'm not sure.
Well, you're looking for the lines?
Yeah, it's blue. I see because I'm following it from the flag.
Yeah, the blue line. You see where the flag is. Yep. Flags will always tell you what's what.
Yeah, loose ball and picked up by the goaltender, Joshua Parsons. He finds an open teammate in the middle of the field. He dishes to the right, and a little bit of a mishandle there, but North able to recover and advance. Trying to score the first goal of the second half. That would be the best way to start to erase a 6-goal deficit. As they came up with the defensive stop, now they need to convert. Andrew Cullinane with it. Flicks it to a teammate on the far corner. That's Wilkinson, who's got the game's only goal, by the way. 25 in the far corner from us. Near side, it's Nico Botari, and he passes it to Caleb Smith, number 13. Around the edge we go again. Doing a little dance, getting repelled. Gauthier lost it.
Look at that. That's a big defensive play.
And downfield comes South. Broden Landsteiner, number 3, being pursued by Cullinane.
Landsteiner's played a great game distributing the ball. He has done a fabulous job passing it.
South controls again as the sun peeks through the clouds here at Stellos once more.
Yeah, this is a decent day. I mean, we could have had worse days, right? I mean,
I understand it's going to be nice weather tomorrow for our Bishop Girton boys and girls doubleheaders. They go against BC High, and then is it Moses Brown?
Moses Brown.
Moses Brown.
Moses Brown out
for
of
the girls.
Out of Providence. Yep.
Good defensive stop for North. Prevented South from really getting a quality shot away. The goaltender takes a body check and says, what was that all about? There would be immediate repercussions in your Stanley Cup playoffs, right, for that?
Yeah, I'm going to tell you what, though. South is up the level of intensity in terms of the physicality in that second quarter. And I think
in front, shot, save.
No angle. He had no angle.
Yeah, and shutting down what little angle he had was Jacob Lynn.
Yep.
Good job by the goaltender to get in the shooter's face there at the sharp angled post. There's a shot from the high slot. Goal!
That's a good shot.
Wow, a whistler from Dylan Noble, who finally gets on the score sheet. Your sure thing scorer, Tom, has come through, but it took 2 quarters and another 4 minutes to do it.
Yeah, it took him 28 minutes to get on the board. Well, not quite 28. I mean, 27 and change.
Right.
So
they need more of that. They need more touches from Dylan Noble.
Well, it's amazing. They get an in-close shot. Can't score from 3 feet out, but they score from 15 yards out. That's the way lacrosse is, right?
Sure, especially when you shoot it like that.
Yep, Noble is a good player, and I'm sure that they would have liked to have gotten him the ball a few more times. But the thing is they haven't had possession very often, John.
I know, a ferocious draw there.
There's a
goal.
Yep.
As he was being checked. What a terrific goal for number 23, Cole Warshawski. Cole Warshawski, who won that ferocious draw and was being pursued the whole time. He took a cross-check as he let it go, and it beat Jacob Parsons, the goaltender, Joshua Parsons, excuse me. 8-2.
Right.
South.
You
They
know
get it
why?
back.
Because Parsons doesn't expect on the draw someone to come right down on top of him.
No, especially as he's stumbling forward, but it was a very accurate shot considering his situation, off balance, angling through the middle. Another face-off win for South. Cody Jackson takes it wide. He puts it on the turf but gets it back, flicks it wide of Grayson Flaherty, and the North defender is first to it, first to the loose ball. So the Titans have a chance to come out of their own end with some scoring momentum now. Number 6 is Jack Krulikowski. Krulikowski did a great job coming all the way from behind his own net to spring the break in front.
Whoa,
shot
wide open.
Off the goalie or the post, one of the two, and it ricochets to the far side.
Yeah, I don't know if that went off Lynn. He didn't know where it was
No,
after
it
the
looked
shot.
like it might have beat him to the post.
It
His
might
best
have.
friend saved
Yeah.
him there. Nico Botari with the shot. Fairly accurate from a tough angle, but just needed to be a few inches more to the right. Would have had himself a goal.
All right, you got a lot of fans here today. The lacrosse community has come out. A lot of kids with sticks.
Yeah, I think that's the Nashua Blast, who are having a blast.
Yep.
Enjoying themselves in the stands here at Stellos. There will be more fans filing in for the girls' game, we're sure. And South controls. Ethan Robinson back to the top of the quadrangle. Grayson Flaherty to Joseph Kudla. Now in all kinds of traffic and trouble was Cody Jackson, has it taken away from him and regained by his teammate. Ethan Robinson comes up top. He's got two of the goals today. Changing direction, trying to get a shot away, runs into a triple team, now passes and thinking he had an easy dunk in, and instead Jacob Lynn stuffs him.
Yeah, that was a pretty good play. It wasn't Lynn, it was
the
Parsons.
goaltender stuffed
Josh
him.
Parsons.
Parsons, thank you, yeah. The goaltender for North.
Another slip. They're slipping on the soft turf because A, it's a little damp, and B, it's plush turf. So we are halfway through the period, and we may have an injury on that slip. Oh, they're up. Little limp.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's going to draw the trainers, but the player that was knocked down or tripped down
He's coming this way.
is trotting off.
Right.
Yeah.
Very rare that you get a player go down in lacrosse like football and they have to be down on there. The one thing they've avoided today, it seems, is cramps.
Yeah.
They haven't had any cramping issues. So, and of course, we see that in football all the time when it's early in the season.
They must have stayed well hydrated before the game, like my lawn, Tom.
Yes, I know. I should have fertilized, put a little fertilizer down. I didn't do that. It would have been worked out for this week, wouldn't it? Although this isn't really the time to do it. But the lawn is green. Whatever grass is there is nice and
It's
green,
true.
right?
Yeah.
And we'll probably have to be mowed this weekend because we're going to have another round tomorrow.
Yeah.
Not tomorrow, Friday.
Of rain?
Friday of rain, yes.
Dancing behind the goal is Broden Landsteiner, looking for a teammate to pass to, changing direction a few times. Now he flicks it far side to Grayson Flaherty, and he takes it up top. There's a shot from distance, misses wide to the right by Raiden Nui Chow, who's got one of the 8 goals. Number 9 for South.
I'll tell you what, I bet Will Delanoy will tell us, or tell me after the game, that second quarter was probably the best quarter of lacrosse his team has played all year.
I could see him saying that. There was a lot of goals and a lot of time possession and a lot of face-off wins.
14-2 Riviere at the half.
Pretty good.
Pretty good, yeah.
North with possession. The defender with a long foray. The flick in the middle finds nobody, and it's a loose ball that is collected by the North attacker near midfield. That's with possession number 14, Dylan Noble.
And Dylan's going to pass it off. You almost want to see him go down and shoot it every time. He had one player in his face. That was Tyler Ben-Zekri, who seems to be monitoring where Dylan Noble is and staying with him at all times. Circling out. We have a whistle and some kind of infraction away from the ball again. It's going to go against the offensive team again. And so it's South ball. Goaltender with it, Jacob Lynn. Now he hands it off. Jacob Hovey, who started a fast break goal to begin the scoring.
Nice
hands
dodge.
Ethan
Nice
Robinson,
dodge right
yeah.
there. Good move.
Robinson still with it, goes into the corner and then flings it to teammate Luke Lowell, and to the far side it goes. In the middle, look out for Cody Jackson to maybe shoot it here.
Ooh.
Ground ball, and that was probably going wide of the net.
It was.
Parsons got a piece of it, but South was there to get possession of the errant shot at the end line. And Broden Landsteiner changes directions. Switching off on defense, the Titans watching Landsteiner. His pass was intended for one teammate, goes to the other, ends up with Ethan Robinson, and Landsteiner gets it back. Grayson Flaherty running cross field. Can't find an easy opening, so he'll hand it off to Robinson and back to Flaherty. Broden Landsteiner. South eating up all kinds of possession time, leading by 6, trying to add to it. And North with the steal.
Took too much time, maybe, you know?
One too many passes
Ball's
for
still on
South,
the ground,
apparently.
so ball's still on the ground. Panthers pick it up. Ground balls, again, huge key.
Cody Jackson gets credit there. And a nice clean save by Joshua Parsons on a shot from about 10 feet away.
Parsons with... Let's see what I have him for.
Well, that was an ambitious long pass to...
He's got 11 saves in this game on my count.
Sounds right. Caleb Smith was the intended recipient of that 50-yard pass from Parsons that just went off the stick out of bounds.
Another turnover. I mean, this is what North does. They turn the ball over, and it's just leading to too much activity for South offensively.
Tyler Ben-Zekri from his defensive post comes all the way down and shoots wide to the left, but South still has it. Broden Landsteiner. Raiden Nui Chow, number 9, trots back into the action. As North looks to come up with another defensive stop. We got a whistle away from the ball again against the offensive squad. Some heavy stick work as play resumes. A penalty flag, delayed call against South. Must have been some stick work up around the head that's being penalized. South needs to get possession, though, before they will whistle the play dead.
Maybe a while.
Dylan Noble off a pick.
Well,
Dylan Noble has another defender to beat.
Yeah, Dylan.
In tight.
He's going to have to pass it up. I think North South's going to try to get him off the ball. Look at that, see?
Yeah, and that's going to be a whistle.
Yep.
Delayed call.
Yep, and that'll be the penalty.
We were able to hear the official's call when he came back in front of the scorer's table earlier. Let's see if we can do it again. Looked like a slash on the arm.
Yep.
And the offending party is going to be Broden Landsteiner.
And he's being told what he did and how he did it and why he shouldn't do it again, right?
Yeah. I would imagine that he's pleading his case that he didn't do anything that everybody hasn't been doing to him and others all game, but...
So that penalty, which is kept on the scoreboard to our left, 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
And it goes pretty fast.
North trying to take advantage of it, looking for their third goal. Noble passes it. Around the edge it goes. They got a tighter perimeter going. That's one inside.
Nice save.
tried to find the goaltender
That knocked
off guard.
Lynn down, but he was up for the challenge.
Yeah, I don't know if that was a surprise shot or was it a shot pass.
I don't know, but now with the penalty, you want to just run around and kill, but it's all up. The penalty time is up. We've got 38 seconds left to play. See if South goes for as many goals as they can or if they want to hold for last shot. They have had a great offensive game, a better second quarter than third.
Yeah, like you said, that second quarter stands out.
Oh, it really does. Oh, look at this.
Robinson, he scored from there earlier. He does it again. He's got a hat trick.
And that's not an easy shot. You saw he's in close.
Yeah.
He's got to figure out where can he get it by. Where can he go? Low? He's got no room on the inside corner. Outside corner maybe, but the chance is you might go wide. He hits the upper outside corner, and that's the goal with 15.3 seconds to play in the quarter.
Yeah, that's his spot. He loves to shoot from that tough angle, and he's accurate, and it's showing up on the scoreboard. 15 seconds to go in the first half, and 9-2 now. South is in control of this Battle of the Bridge game. The draw, South has it. They have time to get a shot away. 10 seconds to go. One pass. Is it going to be Robinson again? They're not going to let him get the shot away. Oh, he eludes one defender. 1 second, and that's it. Third quarter in the books. 9-2 advantage for South.
I'll give you some halftime stats here from the Riv game. You got shots, John. You were a big one on those. 29-18 in favor of Riv. Both goalies each have 5 saves. Here's the big edge, John. The ground balls. Riv with 22 pickups to 15. That's a big edge for them. So
Sure is.
That's their halftime stats. And we got a little bit of a break here. The end of 3 quarters here at Stellos Stadium. The score in the Battle of the Bridge. Nashua South boys, Lacrosse 9, Nashua North 2. Stay with us. We'll be back for the final 12 minutes right after this.
No, definitely take it.
How are we gonna
Welcome back to Stellos Stadium in Nashua. On Lacrosse Week in Nashua, we got to see the GNAC Championship here on Nashua TV with Riviere defeating LaSalle to win their first ever conference title. And now they're playing their NCAA first round game, first time ever hosting at Riviere. Meanwhile, Battle of the Bridge Lacrosse going on here at Exit 5. It is South and ahead 9-2 with 12 minutes to go in the boys game. We have the girls game to follow. And tomorrow, lacrosse doubleheader, Bishop Girton boys and girls taking on their out-of-town power opponents. Draw one by South again to begin things here in the fourth quarter. Number 7 with it is Cody Jackson, and he's going to hand it off to Joseph Kudla, who had a quality shot in the second quarter, but he was stymied by Joshua Parsons. One of many fine saves Parsons has made.
Parsons has kept him in the game.
And they can't stop that one. Yeah, rising shot, sniper goal. Grayson Flaherty gets his first. He's on the score sheet. 10-2. was just going to say that Parsons has kept it under a 10-goal double-digit game, but now South has crossed that threshold, and they have 10.
Oh, I've got Flaherty with goals already.
Oh, you do? You have him
Yeah.
with the goal?
Yeah, I've got him
I
with a
probably missed one in
Yeah, in
that
fact, I got him with-
second quarter flurry.
I got him with a pair.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll have to check the sheet after the game.
Yeah. Gave one of those to Owen Roy, 16. I know that's one of them. There's a shot, and give that a save to Parsons. Looked like he gets a little bit of a stick got on that one. Moving left to right before he fired that was number 11 for South, Nathan Case. Good-looking player off the bench. Didn't take him long to get in on the action. Here is Owen Roy going wide to the right, fires and misses. Don't have to tell these South players to shoot the ball, Tom.
I'm sure that's what they were told was shooting, because they weren't doing that a lot in the first quarter.
Yeah, it was a lot of passes.
Yeah.
And a lot of turnovers as a result. There's a turnover. That was just a good block, though, by the long stick defender, number 5 for North, Jevon Anson. Jevon Anson got in the way of that. Broke it up. So North with possession. And downfield they come into the offensive zone. Changing directions is Dylan Noble. Noble running to the far side. Backs it out. A stick in his face from the defender. Now a cross-check knocks him to the turf. Still has it. What do we have?
Well,
You're going to penalize it?
Well, he hit the turf, so they stopped it for an injury time. I guess he had trouble getting up.
Wow.
They got to check him.
I'm stunned. I didn't know that was a thing.
Well, he was down there for a while, so it looked like he was hurt.
Okay.
So they want to stop the game if the player's hurt, John. I mean, and he looked like he was hurt. He was down on his knees and couldn't get up. So when there's an injury, they stopped the game. And but he wasn't hurt. I mean, Matt Muser is walking over there saying, "What happened? Why were you down for so long?" So, but it turns out he was
officials
fine.
talking.
Well, the official did the thing it was for safety reasons. I mean, you got to stop it. If he's down for 10 or 15 seconds, which he was.
Also, the defender just kind of laid off him after he knocked him down. Now, usually.
Because he thought he was hurt.
Yeah, apparently he did.
Everybody thought he was hurt.
I don't
now
know.
He's back
I didn't
on the,
see anything that amounted to like.
He's back on the
you
field.
knock somebody to the ground because you knock them off balance. An otherwise healthy player. There just is nothing there.
Well, both players stopped.
I know they did.
They
it was
both
just
stopped. So
really weird.
So when
There's a shot.
Whoa,
Doesn't look like an injured player there.
So when the ref, no, he's not hurt. That was the thing. He wasn't hurt.
They just stopped playing.
He just took his time getting up.
That's it.
But if you're an official who's on the far side of the field and you see that.
I know why he blew it dead, but I still don't know why Dylan stayed down. His coach doesn't know either, I think.
I know it.
And he goes back out there and he shoots 100 miles an hour over the net.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Needed a break. Just wanted to take a rest.
Hey,
Mid-game. That's it. Take a respite from this violent contest that we find ourselves.
Well, let me tell you what, we'll be taking a lot of them over the next 24 hours. We got 4. This is the first of 4 games.
That's right. What are we doing this Saturday? Are we doing any more games this week or what?
John.
They're coming at us fast and furious.
I know. Give me a day, will you? Give me a day.
Yeah, I think I'm going to lay down on the Stellos, the new turf. Take a break.
Take a break. I know. Saturday, the only game that's even mentionable Saturday is South Pinkerton baseball at 11 a.m. and that's not going to be a close contest depending on who's pitching. Who knows? But that's not the South Pinkerton that we saw 3 years ago when it was 2 contenders and it was a great game. Remember that Saturday afternoon? Part of the day of baseball that they have.
What a shot! A difficult shot to get off, and easy save though in the end by Parsons. Saw it all the way.
It's a lacrosse player's shot. You're going to take
Ethan Robinson, I think that was kind of contorting his body to let it go over a double team. North, Jevon Anson does a nice job picking it up. Did he run out of bounds?
I think he stepped out of bounds.
It's another defender that just lost track of where he was on the field. Do need lines. You do need out of bounds, Toms. Otherwise, you'd run up in the stands. You'd be hiding in the trees with the ball. And
well, the problem is
there's so many lines,
there's
right?
3 sports.
For different sports?
They're
rectangular sports.
Right. 3 sports played here. Lacrosse, 4 sports, right? Lacrosse, field hockey, soccer, and football. They all have different out-of-bounds lines.
All right.
The yellow one is the far one. That's the soccer one.
Shot and a save. He looked like he bounced it. Ethan Robinson going low, and Parsons able to get a piece of it as it went by. And a nice turnover gained by North in the corner.
The one that doesn't need one is football because that big white area is the out of bounds.
Players kicking at it, shoving each other, like not even looking at the ball, and it gets whistled South possession.
Yeah, pushed him out of bounds. So here we go.
Play resumes. South still has it. Up 10-2, looking for more.
But you're right, though. Those lines they're all over the place, and you got to figure out what's what.
Yeah.
My guess is that red line, that red half circle, is the field hockey line.
The widest line, is
Yeah,
it? No,
yeah.
the yellow one's even wider. That's the soccer line, right? So
Yeah,
then
the
you
yellow
go
one would be, depending
field
on where
hockey.
they go. Yep.
There's a
Whoa,
shot.
Nice save.
Nice save by Parsons. Saw it all the way. Here comes another one. He catches it.
Yep.
Long way to run
Ooh,
here.
it's a hit. Cross check from behind. It's all
Yeah.
right, though.
It's legal, you mean, right?
Yep.
And some of those are ferocious. Just knock the player down,
Again,
as we
no,
saw.
the hitting is nowhere near what it used to be in lacrosse. It used to be really bad. I mean, we see more of that hitting in the college game than we do in the high school game.
As Tom takes a peek at the college game
16-2 now in favor of Verrier.
in the third quarter or later.
Oh, I hope so. Third quarter.
Third quarter.
8:05.
Cullinane with it for North near midfield.
So about
Unbothered.
About halfway through.
He flicks it to
Clouds have
Jared
taken over
Gauthier.
again, John Collins.
Yeah, it's a mixed bag
Yes.
weather day here.
Delightful for Tim O'Neill.
Gauthier was going to get a shot away. He tries to pass it. Wilkinson is
traffic.
besieged by a quadruple team. They treat him like a pinata in the middle, and he
I know
loses
it.
it.
Oh, look at this. A big scoop and a big run.
Long run, like a 50-yard run, and a shot goes over the net. The feed was from Broden Landsteiner. The shot by Owen Roy missed. But a big transition play.
Oh, what a big transition. That's great. South has been very good at transition today, especially off turnovers.
Ethan Robinson trying to dance free in the corner.
Again, after the
that's number
game,
6.
they'll present the Munson Cup after the game.
It was Luke Lowell to Joseph Kudla. Kudla being pushed near the sideline and knocked to the turf by the larger player. And here comes the flag. I guess it's near the head where they draw the line.
Yeah, there's an upper hit. Yep. That should be a minute. We'll see.
I noticed in NHL play over the past decade or so, maybe 2 decades, they stopped letting people grab and hold, started to really call that stuff tight. But the one thing they have never taken away is the cross-check in the back. I see that so much, like on the scrum along the boards around the perimeter. You see it in lacrosse here too. The cross-check in the back.
Right, you see it all the time. I have a photo of it from the girls. They do it the girls too.
Yeah,
I have a
and they
photo
kind of just look the other way on that.
I have
the
a photo of
officials.
Abby Lynn giving a cross check from behind in the Bedford game. It was a light one. I mean, she didn't pulverize the kid, but the stick was across the back. There was no question about it. That's only a 30-second penalty, so North will be a man down for 30 seconds, and it's now almost halfway through that.
Right, and they managed to take advantage. Was that a ricochet off the goalie? They're congratulating number 3, Broden Landsteiner, and I thought he was behind the net when he let that go, but it is an 11-2 advantage now for South as we.
Who do you have on that, Tim O'Neill? 3 with the goal.
Was
He
Broden
did.
Landsteiner,
Yes,
yep. His second I have. 11-2. Just under 5 minutes remain in this contest. Fourth quarter. South wins the draw. Losing it. But picking it back up. No. North has a chance to regain the possession. South out of nowhere, number 10, Ben Zekri comes charging in with the long stick, scoops it up, spinning away from contact. Jason Brindley, number 25, gets a touch. And errant pass goes out of bounds. It's North ball. 4:30 remains in the game, and with it in his possession is Joshua Parsons, goaltender, and he flicks it just over the top. Drops a teardrop into the corner of the end zone, but then his player drops it. And so now it is South's possession again. That was a really accurate long pass from Parsons, all for naught. As it went in and out of the stick of Drake Griffith on the receiving end, and South is back on the attack in no hurry to take their next shot. This time comes off the clock. North came into the game winless. Looks like they're going to stay that way. The boys, that is. The girls of Nashua North also.
Oh, almost a steal.
Yeah, that was been a nice breakout. South shoots it. Goal.
Boy, their shooting percentage is high today, isn't it?
Owen Roy. Yes, it is. Very accurate. He just made sure that he got it on frame, and he snuck it in between the goaltender and the far post. About waist high with velocity. Nice shot. And a goal.
Tough game for Nashua North,
Yeah.
that's for sure.
Even dozen they've given up now, and only 2 scores offensively. And as you mentioned earlier, it seems like North, Dylan Noble has been neutralized almost completely. He does have a goal, but very few shots altogether. It seemed like Tyler Ben-Zekri, the defender, was assigned to him, was able to deny him the ball. Also, these draws at midfield, losing the draws doesn't help North's cause at all. And loose ball again, there's a ground ball, again won by the Panthers. Anybody's for the taking, they come up with it. The shot, saved by Parsons. Cutting through the middle was Nathan Case with a high-quality shot on goal, but he couldn't get it past Parsons. To midfield, a bouncer collected by Andrew Cullinane. Looking to his left as he runs down the right sideline and gains all kinds of ground. Trying to angle in, but he's sticked away by Brendan Skelly, the defender. Skelly whacking at the ball carrier, who is number 7 for North, Patrick Shaw. Shaw throws it to Cullinane. He mishandled it, and it's now on the other side of midfield. That's an over and back violation against the Titans, and so Panther ball with 2.5 minutes remaining. So the only question now is what the final score will be. South with their highest goal total of the season so far, thanks to that sparkling, productive, highly prolific second quarter in which they pulled away, scored all the goals that they would need. There's a shot from the mid-slot and a save cleanly made by Joshua Parsons. Almost as if they were playing catch off the shot by Raiden Nui Chow.
14 saves for Parsons in this game.
A lot of them top notch. Andrew Cullinane gets divested of everything. His stick, the ball, and a whistle. Here comes the call, goes against South, and a talking to for one of the players, I guess. Throw it toward midfield. Was that a penalty? Let's see. No. Just North possession at midfield as they Wind the clock. 1:50 to go. The Titans looking to make the score a bit more respectable here. The Titans coming off a 14-4 loss at Wyndham. Just about the same score here. Goes right off of Robinson into the possession of North's Anthony Samarel. They advance it down near the goaltender. The shot off the outside left of the net, and pouncing on it was Jacob Lynn. Downfield, the Panthers with 1:10 remaining.
Yeah, and John Collins, I'm going to go down on the field now so I can get the sheet and also the picture of the Munson Cup. So
in the Munson Cup.
So we're back for game 2.
We'll see you then. Tom King to participate down on the field as this one comes to a close. Under a minute to go now. Scramble involving 5 or 6 players for the loose ball. And it is nobody's. So far, it's going to roll out of bounds. Now the officials have to determine who knocked it out of bounds. They'll say South did, which means North really shouldn't even run after it, but they do. And this play resumes now, just 24 seconds remaining. Will North be able to get a shot away? No, they put it on the ground, and South has it. So literally running out the clock here with 10 seconds left. South with possession. And no real need to shoot it, but they might do so anyway. No, that's it. Game over. A 12-2 decisive victory for the boys lacrosse team of Nashua High South over their intra-city rival North. Can the girls break through? Can the Nashua North girls break through into the win column? We'll find out in the second half of the doubleheader. Good evening from Stellos Stadium, everybody. Oh, we get this presentation coming up down on the field. We'll stay with that for the Bill Munson Trophy.
Excuse me. And presenting the Bill Munson Cup, his wife Taylor and son Finn. Once again, happy birthday, Finn. Congratulations to both teams. To the captains of Nashua South, please come accept the Bill Munson Cup.
Hi, everybody. My name is Taylor. I am Bill's wife. This is Finn, Bill's twin. Thank you again all for coming out. This is a third. Oh.
Hello.
He told me he didn't want to talk. I knew he would change his mind. Thank you all for coming out for the 3rd annual Munson's Cup. I greatly appreciate it. It's so bittersweet because it's...
You like monster trucks?
He wants to know if you like monster trucks. It's bittersweet because, of course, we wish Bill could be here, but we're so lucky that we have a community that honors him in this way every single year. For those of you that didn't get to know Bill Earthside, he was a coach, a teacher, a friend, a husband, a dad, a brother, a friend, and he was just one of the funniest, most generous human beings in the entire world. So even if you didn't get to know him, we can all honor him in the way that we treat each other on and off the field, which you guys did a fantastic job. And just make sure that you tell the people you love them that you love them when you get the chance, and keep living like every day is your last. And just, again, thank you guys so much for coming out, and thank you for singing happy birthday to Finn. If we can get one more round of applause for Finny. You want to give him a dance? You want to give him a dance? Thank you guys. Congratulations, South.
Purple Panthers threatening.
And Gurton with the lead.
Titans point.
No. Hey, what a great crossing pattern. I tell you, finding himself all alone up the seam was Ryan Conley.
Shot and a goal. And the Titans are on the board.
Reckler. Oh, I tell you, she's a beast.
Up and running, and look at that.
Bang.
He's in there.
Shot, score. You can see it all setting up.
You sure could.
North sets it up. And a kill, a winner.
And here comes the Donna, all lined up. It's nothing but goal there, right there.
Oh, my goodness.
You'll watch it back on Nashua ETV.